How's it going, everybody? Here with round 4 of the Hoenn Gaiden Open. A few activity wins this time, unfortunately, but still some good sets. We've got here Rezzo versus patboi. Let's get into it. A Celebi lead versus a Tar lead. Celebi lead, not something you ever see in Gen 3 OU, but Celebi very buffed in Gen 3 Hoenn Gaiden with the addition of buffed Giga Drain. Switching to Cloy against the Tar. Pretty nice. Without ice typing, it's not worried about rock slide. So it's quite a safe Tar switch in. And Rezzo's off to a good start. Establishes a spike. This Celebi appears to be quite threatening. Here we go with... This is a Volbeat. Hell yeah, I love Volbeat in this. We've got some Volbeat gaming going on. Tail Glow Volbeat. Wow. That's actually fun. This is actually going to go crazy. What the? Tail Glow Double Edge? Is he chipping himself into range of a berry? Are you Tail Glow Volbeat without an electric move? I'm sorry. Patboi... I'm a bit confused. You're going to have to fill me in. What? You've tail glowed double-edged into switching out. Oh, wait. Lapras is a damn dragon type. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, Lapras is a dragon ice type in Gen 3 Hoenn Gaiden. Has been encored into Ice Beam. Minun cannot get frozen. It's an ice type. Ice type is immune to freeze. So they're just going to Ice Beam each other. Despite the resistance, Minun, with its less than ideal bulk, taking more damage than this Lapras. Patboi gets Starmie in. Lapras is tough to deal with. Dragon Ice is pretty nice typing. It's rock weak, but a dragon type that resists ice, pretty powerful. The dragon typing cancels out a lot of Ice's weaknesses. It's going to be fighting weak. We'll see if this Tar has like Brick Break or something. Has Rock Slide. This defensive core from Rezzo is looking tough to break through for Patboi. I don't think Lapras is killable, actually. I think Lapras is an invincible being. I should try this thing. This is doing very well. And an Ice Beam after Sand is going to take out that Starmie. This is doing excellently. And we're just going to rinse repeat. If he goes Tar, you go Cloy. If he goes Minun, you go Lapras. Rezzo just has the defensive core to handle anything. Deoxys Speed as a mid-game threat here rather than a lead spiker. Gonna Ice Beam a Celebi, but Celebi can take it as it turns out. I was maybe expecting a Giga Drain there, actually. Gonna BP out. I feel like a Giga Drain hit everything. A Cloy Surf is a KO on Tar. I wonder if Rezzo will go to Lapras. I'm wondering if Rezzo will go to Lapras. Oh, he didn't, actually. He protected that time. A bit of scouting. Cloyster has stayed in. Probably an Explosion. No, a Toxic. Not running Explosion. A more defensive Cloyster set than what Jim would run. I mean, Protect Toxic, always great on a Pokemon that is immune to Sandstorm damage. Patboi was trying to Swords Dance on a Protect there, didn't work out the way he hoped. That Minun just took the spike, looks like probably Volt Absorb Minun then. And this is looking over for Patboi. Very cool defensive team from Rezzo. Impressed with the Lapras in particular, able to create a great defensive core alongside a Cloister and Celebi. Cloister's ability to wall Tyranitar is impressive, to say the least. A mixed threat might break this open for Rezzo if he faces like a expert belt mixed threat, but in this game he was safe and sound behind the many defensive switches at his disposal, and that's a victory. Let's take a look at game 2. Rezzo vs Patboi. We've got a Snorlax lead. This character is Xiao, which means small. I don't know if that is correct. Snorlax has lovely kissed the Claydol. That could be significant if Rezzo has some spike setters. A Jellicent coming in against Snorlax's normal type attack, and a Skuntank coming in against the Jellicent. Gonna knock off Tar. Skuntank is not something I've really seen. It's got Overcoat, that's powerful. Poison Dark. Maybe that's something that can actually take on Jellicent if it has like Crunch Pursuit. Toxic Immunity can't hurt, of course. Doesn't mind taking a burn, evidently. Will it knock again? It pursued. Yeah, pretty nice Jellicent answer, actually. Can be okay with taking a burn or a surf and then pursued it. Won't one hit, but that's a-okay. That's a Silvally ground. Shouldn't that have been super effective? That was weird. I think there's a bug where Silvally uses the normal type multi-attack in some scenarios. Not sure. Ooh, Shadow Ball Metagross is actually cool. That's good in this metagame. We've got Jellicent existing. Oh, he mashed that time. Got the attack raise though. Crazy stay from Patboi in the face of Shadow Ball. Do we see a Lumberry? It definitely seemed like it based on the way Rezzo was playing. Not worried about getting defeated. I don't think Plusle gets Levitate, nah. This Metagross might just sweep here. Counter from Dunsparce, never mind. Very cool. That was awesome. Dunsparce taking out the powerful Metagross. Rezzo gonna blow up. Tar gonna shrug it off like it's nothing. Dunsparce in once again against Tyranitar. Can Dunsparce do it again? No. Unfortunately not. Oh, Sugarberry. I think that this Tar wins the game. Never mind, it doesn't have... This is going too fast for me. This is crazy. No wonder it's on fast speed. Let's change it to normal. I was gonna say, never mind, he doesn't have coverage for Claydol, but just a simple Rock Slide got him anyway. GG. Rezzo with a swift 2-0 victory against Patboi. That was... I think that Patboi almost came back from that, but... I don't know, it was actually quite tough dealing with the remainder of Rezzo's squad. The Dunsparce was a MVP though with the counter. That was very cool. I think counter's quite good in this metagame since there's a lot of type berries running around. There's normal coverage moves that you would use to check things, such as like Earthquake to check Tar, Ice Beam to check Salamence or Flygon, are not always as reliable, so counter is a nice way to take a hit and defeat them. Of course, maybe the meta will adapt to that and then they will play around counter and dance again for a bit of mind games. We'll see how the meta evolves in that sense. Could be something to note. We've got Paul versus Shitrock Enjoyer, aka Fruhdazi. This will be a good one. These guys are both good players. Got a Bliss lead versus a Tar lead, and we've seen a Sing miss immediately. And a Rock Slide miss. We're off to an interesting start, and now the Sing did connect the second time. Interesting by Paul that he doesn't have a switch in for DD Tar, seemingly. That's sort of team building 101. Staying with Blissey is questionable, but it worked out. Managed to get the sleep off, I mean. Multi-attack ground's gonna threaten a 2-hit, but Metagross happy to trade. Probably the best thing to do in that position. Snorlax without leftovers. We've been seeing King of Iron Frisk has ran Kustap Berry Snorlax. That could be what we're seeing here. Or it could be a Lumberry, Chesto Berry, various options. Skuntank has entered the fray and intimidated Heracross. And a Fire Blast plus a Burn. This has been quite a set so far with the RNG. Heracross clicked sub there anyway, so I don't know if that even mattered actually. That burn. Because Heracross didn't even click an attack against Skuntank. This Skuntank is... Wow, Sucker Punch is a powerful move. Clicks Pursuit. Do you have Crunch? It's hard to fit everything you need on a Skuntank, seems like. Yeah, mind gaming going on, recovering on the Sucker Punch. Thunder Waving. Full para on what I believe was probably a Pursuit. Right there. Does have Crunch, actually. The 3 Dark type attacks. Crunch, Pursuit, Sucker Punch. And another unfortunate full para. Starmie recovering this time. And Skuntank with a Pursuit that time, not a Crunch. A lot of mind games. Every time Skuntank makes a decision, it's a mind game. Skuntank gets there in the end, eliminating the Starmie, but... paralyzed and very chipped in the process. Don't know if Fruhdazi is in a great position. But... Golurk comes in against what he was hoping was probably a physical Salamence. Golurk very physically bulky, but... did end up booming, taking out the Mence. That was notably a Wish Mence. That Wish has been completely nullified. Blissey is not what Fruhdazi wants to see. He's going to need a physical threat in the back here. Flygon. I'm sure Bliss has Ice Beam though. Gonna get the Yachi Berry proc. And Fruhdazi, all he can do is go for Rock Slide flinches. Doesn't get it. That's GG net game 1. Bit of a back and forth on the hacks there, but Paul came out on top. I do think Paul needs a sturdier Dragon Dance Tyranitar switch in. I mean, he was so threatened by a simple Dragon Dance Tyranitar on turn 1. You know, I mean, in Gen 3 Hoenn Gaiden, it's not as common as in Gen 3 OU, but still, it is like, it's Dragon Dance Tar, it's really good. You need something to check it. Probably a bulky Metagross. You got a bulky Metagross, a Starmie, and a Skarmory. I would have maybe gone straight to the Metagross. Anyway. That's few and far between. Another game. Suicune and Silvally staring each other down. That is a normal type Silvally, and that looks like a lot of damage. There must be a choice band. Fire Punch Burn is going to save Jirachi's life. Wow. But Jirachi not going to wish or anything, just going to be killed anyway. It's not too bad for Fruhdazi, despite the poor outcome. Trades with a Jirachi. I'm sure you're not too happy with, I mean, not too displeased with that. Cleavor gonna do what it does. Endure to its berry. Literal Goblin from RuneScape is about to perhaps sweep everything with Swarm plus a Salak Berry. Because of rock typing, it cannot be chipped by sand. I would like to note. Fruhdazi going to finish that off with a powerful Giga Drain. Celebi proving common at this high-level tournament gameplay. We'll probably see a Lunge take out the Celebi. Indeed. A Raikou is going to drop to Earthquake. A swift victory from Fruhdazi there, with a pretty offensive squad. The banned Sylvally lead and a couple of physical threats in Flying on a Cleavor, and then the Celebi with Giga Drain. Pretty offensive Celebi set. It's game 3. Winner takes it all. Well, Paul with a bold Toxic turn 1 paid off for him. Wow. Paul just not having any regard against these DD tile leads, huh? Fruhdazi. I was going to say that signifies a Dug in the back, but goes Claydol and then goes Wheezing. Rather than, I guess he was expecting maybe an HP Bug. And a Sylvally Grass is going to finish off Wheezing Galar. What a weird opener. Paul, despite not having sturdy checks to DD Tar, is kind of getting away with it somehow. Gets crit by Sylvally Grass Flamethrower. I mean, what the heck? Will a Dug finish this off with HP Bug? No, Sylvally bulky enough to tank it. Gonna take out the Dug. Despite the 120 base power stab grass move, Suicune actually lives. What a beast, but gonna die to the next hit. And then Claydol, I think, dies to this. This was an even faster victory. Okay, it doesn't die, but gonna die in a moment. It's Cleavor again. Swords dancing for the fans at home. Despite the guaranteed victory, we're doing a bit of a victory lap. Bit of post-game chat from them. They played a bit more afterwards. A sportsman-like interaction. They just want to play some good games. That's fun. Next set, we've got you-know-who, JimCool, against Yak Attack, also known as Peter, in Pokemon Showdown with the Bob the Builder avatar. Let's get into it. A Dugalola lead. Jim with a Cloyster lead. Classic lead. Well done, Jim. Gonna make a spike and then surf the Dugalola. He's happy to just chip down the Cloy. Needs to prevent my spikes from existing. Went with an HP Grass middle ground in case I went to perhaps a Tyranitar or something. And he's happy to boom on Blissey. I just blow up with my Cloyster there. Luckily I was faster than Exeggutor and I get Delibird in again. Jim's signature Pokemon Delibird once again. Entering the fray in a tournament game. Its Sunflora is... This Sunflora is in a world of hurt, but I switch out to Entei. Entei is a fun Pokemon. It actually gets Sacred Fire in this generation, which I think is really good. Because even a defensive switch isn't safe due to the burn chance. And this was an interesting little interaction. This was actually a Belly Drum physical Charizard. And I have extreme speed on this Entei with a neutral nature, a minus defense nature. And I go Delibird on the Earthquake. Making Hail is good so that this Charizard slowly dies. Since it has no leftovers, it's getting chipped by the hail. And then an expert belt ice beam will take out the Tankard. That was a swift victory for Jim. Well done. Peter with a very aggressive Sun team that is not very, I would say not as defensively sound. A bit more all in on the aggression with the chlorophyll threats and the sub belly drum Zard. Not able to get anything going against the cloistered lead and the pressure from Delibird and Entei, unfortunately. Not a great matchup for him. Peter vs. JimCool game 2. Yak Attack. Jim with the signature Parasect lead. I switch out though, and Peter gonna sub pass to a Doug. A classic gambit. But here's Jim with the counter Blissey. As I was saying earlier, I am a counter fan in this metagame. This is another reason I like it, because Blissey with counter can actually handle Dugtrio Alola, who resists, who's neutral to Ice Beam. So you can defeat regular Doug with Ice Beam, but you can't defeat Dugtrio Alola, but you can use counter to defeat both of them, plus take physical hits from stuff like Flygon Salamence, as stated before. I go Scum on a Heracross and just roar it out. This time I make a Spike. I feel like I'm pretty safe against Heracross. I roar again. I was expecting like a Swords Dance or something. Armaldo dodges a Toxic. I think it would turn out to be Lumberry anyway. I roar him out as he Swords Dance. There's another Rain team from Yak Attack. I think he brought this previously. I simply roar against the Hera. Just don't want to mess around and let him get Berry or anything crazy. I go Parasect on the Zapdos and I Shadow Ball at this time. Turns out I'm faster, which I didn't expect to be faster than Zapdos. And this time I go Tyranitar. I just wanted to make Sand. I didn't actually think he would attack me, but it makes sense. He's safe behind the sub. He's going to BP to Armaldo. I go Jellicent this time. I'm wary of losing too much health on Skarmory. And also Rock Slide, Flinch Chance and stuff like that. And no real other way to use Jellicent in this matchup. Everything else kind of threatens it, so happy to use Jellicent to break the sub there. And get Aero in, which forces this out and threatens everything with Rock Slide. A simple Aero Skarm Spikes build from Jim with a couple new Pokemon sprinkled in. You could say Jim is a by-the-book builder. And Hera comes in, takes the Spike and Sand to enable its Select Berry. But Skarmory able to tank that reversal. I made another Spike, bit of greed from Jim. I was thinking even if he Swords Dance or hits me, I can protect Chip and kill him with the Sand Chip damage. Right here, I sack my Tar, bit of a gambit to maintain Sandstorm, delete his Rain Dance. And that was HP flying. I didn't want to miss Rock Slide. If I lock in a Rock Slide, I do threaten everything remaining, but this could have been a loss. It's a bit of a weird one to play out. I do get flinched here. Don't get to Toxic him, but I figured it out. You go Parasect, and no matter what he does, if he Swords Dances again, my Parasect is faster and can Spore him. If he Rock Slides and kills me, I get Aero in guaranteed. I think he was trying to stay in so that he didn't kill me and allow Aero in on the turn he doesn't have Rain Dance. If he clicks Swords Dance here, he can Rain Dance again next turn and go for the victory. Maybe living through the Toxic or dodging it. But this way I guarantee victory. He could have woken up, but turns out HP Rock actually killed him, so I should have done that, but that's alright. was victorious again. Peter with very all-in aggro teams built around Doug. Can be very effective, but can also flop in some matchups. Unfortunately, he was unable to really... I mean, the Scam, the Bliss were a bit hard to deal with for Yak Attack. Up next, we've got King of Iron Frisk against Voyager. 2 undefeated players so far. Let's see what happens. Let's get into it. A Reggie Rock lead from Voyager, which I've used myself in OU recently. Gonna blow up rather than risk a rock slide miss. This is a Delibird without snow warning. Wrong ability, he says in chat. Alright, that makes sense. Gonna create a spike though, but... and dodge a mash. Get away with murder a little bit. And a Gyarados EQ crit is gonna take out Metagross in one fell swoop. That is quite unfortunate for King of Iron Frisk. Gengar gonna come in on a Starmie Thunderbolt. Does Starmie have Psychic? Yes, gonna take out Gengar. In comes Blissey. I wonder why I didn't go Blissey before and let his Gengar die. Goes Doug aggressively. Crabominable enters the picture. HP Ghost is going to defeat Starmie. That was a good click on the defensive switch to Starmie. And Mach Punch is enough to take it out from that health. Ludicolo last. Can't really break through Bliss though. We're going to see an aggressive switch to Bliss? No. Gonna just try to pump through. That's a Calm Mind. A pump crit could get there here. Doesn't get it. Another chance here though. Ice Beam also good for the freeze chance. True. Might be better odds at this point. Another freeze chance. Nope. And Ludicolo is the one that gets frozen for his trouble. Bit of a slap in the face. Unfortunate. Dugtrio gonna come in, but to what end? Gonna be killed by Ice Beam momentarily. And I'm sure Tara's gonna die to the remainder of Voyager's team. And a Crabominable Mach Punch is going to do it. Voyager with a victory in Game 1. A bit of good luck on his side, but nice HP Ghost by him on the switch to Starmie. That really sealed the deal. Let's get into Game 2. King of Iron Frisk with another Tar lead. The classic. Metagross comes in on a crunch, threatening a mash. Happy to deal 83% to this Tar. In comes Plusle, a fun offensive threat. It's got Flash Fire. In comes Flygon, the electric immunity. Flygon is a really great check to Plusle. It really destroys it. I do wonder if Plusle should perhaps run HP Ice for that reason, but that's neither here nor there. Celebi subbing up in face of Gengar. Fire Punch on this particular Gengar. King of Iron Frisk with a pretty classic looking Spikes team. Very Gen 3 OU-esque. Cloyster, of course, is not the same, but you know, that looks like HP Grass on Plusle. In comes Celebi against Flygon, and Celebi is going to drop to a lunge. Indeed. Gliscor in. Any way to defeat this Flygon? Did Voyager forget to put a Flygon check on the team? This is not looking good. HP flying. That'll get there as long as we dodge under the flinch. Yes, okay. Managed to get there. Not the most clean way to do it, but it worked out. Plusle entering on a Giga Drain. Plusle a lot more threatening now that Flygon is gone. Goes Magneton. Tanks a Boom. Very nice. Wow. Very good. Plusle really threatening right now. What? How could Cloyster be faster? What? That's a super slow Plusle. I'm confused. Cloyster is 300 speed? I didn't know Cloyster could go that fast. Tara's dancing. A Salamence has entered. This format's crazy sometimes. You see some things you've never seen before. Salamence gets flinched. Jirachi. Outspeeding? Outspeeding a +1 tar. Wowee. And can you kill this Gliscor at 19%? Probably. Just a Psychic will do it. King of Iron Frisk manages to come back there. Wow. That looked over. But a simple Jirachi, that must have been timid max speed and the Tyranitar more bulky. Bit fun. Bit funny. So we've got a game 3 on our hands. Registeel lead going to immediately be forced out by Magmortar. With its arm cannon, like Mega Man. Doing huge damage with Testami with a Fire Blast crit, but a Recover is going to reset that. Forced out by Jolt. In comes Registeel, getting Thunder Waved, permanently crippled. Thunder Waving Skarm itself. That's a good outcome for Voyager, for sure. King of Iron Frisk going for a Toxic, trying to 1v1 this Starmie, force it out with a Spikes advantage, as you sometimes see in Gen 3, but dodges the Toxic. Does establish a Spike and force out the Starmie though. So we're applying a bit of pressure, going to BP out to Skarmory on a Toxic. Nice one, earning some chip heal. Getting Fire Blasted though. Damn, Blissey with Fire Blast. Pretty cool. Magmortar entering. Goes Swampert on the Flygon. Gets crit. Wow, so much damage. Oh dear. Starmie probably coming in on a... Oh, nice Earthquake from King of Iron Frisk. Starmie was trying to come in on an Ice Beam there. But now Swampert can Earthquake again and probably kill after Sand. There you go. So even though Starmie was able to spin, an important defensive Pokemon has just been taken out by King of Iron Frisk with a astute Earthquake in the face of a Flygon. That was nice. And Jirachi is obviously going to be scared of Fire Blast, but able to pivot in on Toxic. Perhaps a Calm Mind. Yep, Registeel can Thunder Wave this. It can blow up on this. Whoa. Okay, King of Iron Frisk is looking great right now. Wonder if it's got an electric move for this Moltres Galar. We see a Calm Mind again as Moltres going to roar out. Alright, that could have been a huge misplay from King of Iron Frisk. Maybe should have just attacked, but don't know the Jirachi set. Might not have had anything to do it. Gonna get another chance though. Jirachi able to freely sub. Oh, Calm Minds this time. Oh, Fire Blast burn. Oh dear. The Calm Mind was a good play, I think, because the Moltres is probably coming in. And threatening to roar. And even if the Blissey stays, it can't Toxic you. It can only Fire Blast you with a minuscule chance to burn. That was unfortunate. Just Carmine again. Try to end this Blissy's career while it still can. Ice Punch freeze chance. You definitely should have Ice Punched before it gets Moltres Galar, I will say, King of Iron Frisk. The Carmine again was not the play. Even a Galarian Moltres is representing Roar, especially when it's coming in versus Jirachi. That's a telltale sign. The Carmine again was a bit greedy, I will admit. But that was an unfortunate burn, I gotta say. And you even had Thunderbolt. Yeah, you definitely should have Thunderbolted. I don't think King of Iron Frisk has the steam, has the offensive power to break through this. The Blissey, the Flygon are too much. Yep, at this point you got to go for paralysis nonsense. Not going to be fortunate enough to get there. Marowak is an interesting bring. Regular old Marowak. Does so much to swamp it, wow. Molt Galar obviously going to finish off this Swampert with Fiery Wrath. Interesting Pokemon. Nice pursuit. Doesn't really matter at this point. You've got, you know, a million Pokemon yourself, but... Barring some flinches. Yeah, there you go. King of Iron Frisk could have made it happen with some flinches. Unfortunate burn there, but yeah, as I said, you definitely should have Thunderbolted that Moltres Galar. A Carmine again doesn't achieve anything for you. He definitely does not break in a sub. There's no purpose behind that Carmine, I don't think. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, Bergenser versus Welcome Guest. Bergenser a relatively new player, Welcome Guest a bit more experienced. Let's see him face off. Electros lead. I like it. Electros gets a lot of coverage. Doesn't get to show off any of its coverage though when it gets flinched turn 1, of course. Probably had a brick break or something. That was a crit on Crab Abominable as well. Unfortunate. A lot of chip on the Crab. A significant 40%. Blissey coming in on Salamence. That was good. Goes for an Ice Beam. Didn't get any freeze nonsense. Are we going to see Thunderbolt is good into Skarm? Yes. I like a Thunderbolt Bliss in this meta. You hit the Cloyster and the Jellicent, the common bulky waters. Gonna go Skarm into the Tar. Doesn't want to lose any more health on the Crab. Are we going to just see a Spikes trade situation? A Taunt Skarm from Welcome Guest. He does go for it, but thwarted by the Taunt Skarm there. Unfortunate. Electro's coming in with Levitate. Immune to the Spikes. Going to be Sand Chipped, though, by Skarm's Protect. Probably an Expert Belt. Are we going to see a Brick Break or something crazy? Nope, just a simple Thunderbolt. And... is Welcome Guest going to continue switching around, trying to... Yep, he does go to the Salamence. And this Bliss is threatened by a Brick Break here, but... does heal. Yeah, heal is a safe decision. Welcome Guest with a Still Valley Steel. Oh, Swords Dance is up. An Explosion could take out this Skarmory. And he does go for that. Parasect, let's go. We're going to see a Spore, likely. I definitely think a Parasect should run leftovers. I don't think this is running leftovers. I don't think you get much out of other items. This giraffe. Also not running leftovers. Wonder what item that is. This T-Bolt Bliss about to... Ooh, Carmine's up with a Toxic. That's not... Thought the Scum would protect or something. Gonna... deal a respectable 35 to the tar, but activates a Salakberry. Oh no. Parasect's gonna probably drop to... Yeah, definitely drops to Rock Slide. I think that this tar with a Salakberry is gonna seal the deal. Although the crab probably has Mach Punch, yep. Bergenser with a glimmer of hope, but an Aerodactyl must be way too threatening. Ment's coming in. This crab is pretty dead to the 3 spikes next time. We'll see if he's got Brick Break on this Salamence. He does. And this giraffe is unfortunately going to go extinct in a moment. I hate to admit it, but sometimes the truth hurts. Game 2. We've got a Salamence from Bergenser and a tar from Welcome Guest. Salamance's going to Brick Break the tar. A defensive switch to Scarm though. Ooh, gets a crit Fire Blast. Probably Expert Belt Mence based on the fact that it is taking chip damage right now. Blissey entering. Is it another Thunderbolt Bliss? Is it immediately threatening this Jellicent? Thunder Wave. That's a great move though. That Tyranitar is not happy. That was a dangerous switch to Mence. T-Tar easily could be Rock Sliding Bliss. I don't know if that was advisable. But happy to take the chip just to click HP Cross into this Jellicent. Uses his free turn to get Celebi in. We could see a Carmine up or something. It's a Bliss entering. We see a sub. Is it sub pass? That would be really good here. Could even just be sub leech and that would own this Blissey pretty hard. Look at the health you get back from Leech Seed. Jeez. You heal all the health. 22% heal. Unbelievable. That always feels great when you Leech Seed Bliss. You heal so much. Yeah, Bergens are going to just sit and Sub-Seed here. For just chip everything infinitely. Unable to die. The classic Gambit. Sub-Leech CM. Sub-Leech CM HP Grass? Or, sorry, Giga Drain? We may see that. Just a million full paralyses. This is absurd. There's so many full paras. Never seen this many. I probably have seen this many. Hidden power something. Not fire. He would resist it. Hidden power ice, perhaps. Yeah, this Celebi is unkillable. Jellicent cannot break through this with Ice Beam, Surf, or anything. Nightshade. I think that a Celebi sub should be 101 HP, so you can simply sub again. Oh, actually, Bergenser is not running full health on Celebi. That's pretty common with Sub-Seed sets, but Bergenser opting to invest probably in special attack then. In comes Talonflame. Usually this has fire moves, not flying moves. Bergenser did not go with the... The astute play would be to click sub here, since he can't break it again. Didn't do it though. But it doesn't really matter. This Celebi is at such an advantage that Welcome Guest cannot defeat it, no matter what he does. Bergenser against Welcome Guest again. We've got a Parasect lead against a Tar. Parasect, I think, is one of the most powerful leads in Gen 3 Hoenn Gaiden. Bergenser, I would advise that you run... That's probably HP fighting? That's cool. I like that, actually. I would advise that you run leftovers on your Parasect. And in general on a lot of stuff. You're getting sand chipped a lot here. It's a Pursuit Tar, wow. No Surf, so... I think actually, without Surf, this Tar is going to 1v1 Jellicent. I definitely prefer Surf over Nightshade. I think Nightshade's a bit overrated on Jellicent. I do understand why you might want it, but... Surf hits a lot of important stuff. And then we do get pursued on the way out that time. This Celebi is max health based on that damage. It did not deal enough to break a sub. Wonder if we'll see a substitute Celebi from Welcome Guest. Maybe not though. I mean, max health is just good generally speaking. We'd see a Swords Dance actually. Which is interesting because you can't actually stat pass in Gen 3 Hoenn Gaiden. You can't Swords Dance pass. So, I suppose Celebi is just gonna use physical attacks itself. What are we clicking? Boosts lost. Did Welcome Guest make a mistake? Did he forget? Welp, he says. Yeah, he didn't know. Sorry about that, Welcome Guest. You went all in on the Celebi pass and your boosts were thrown into the trash. I apologize for your loss. We see Celebi leech. Skarm dangerously clicking Toxic when a mag is existing. I would have expected a spike there. Baton passes to mag. Oh wait, mag is asleep, so that makes sense. I suppose. Is mag gonna wake up and elim this? Gonna just get roared out? Fair. This Celebi a literal useless Pokemon? Bergens has created 3 spikes. That's strong. That's really good. Mag gonna finally wake up, but Skarm made 3 spikes. It did its job. Parasect gonna Spore. Probably a good place to sleep sack is Mag, for sure. That is HP fighting. I like the option. I think that's good. It's creative. Uxie coming in and dodging a Metagross. Very nimble Uxie, as Callus would say. Doing it again. What an incredible Uxie this is. Isn't going to get hit by a single... Oh, but all he's got is Psychic. Wow, and Metagross just thought he was more threatened than he actually was. Goes for an explosion. He was sick of missing. He just said, get me out of here. I don't want to live anymore. And a D-Dance Flygon is looking like a problem. I feel like maybe you should have danced another time. You could have afforded to, and then that threatens Bliss, but maybe you can kill Bliss anyway, actually, with the... I think the Celebi actually just leeches it. And I imagine the Magneton is Toxic, which would win the game too. Mag can simply sit here and try to wake up. Thunder Waves. Doesn't have Toxic. I guess Thunder Wave is another way to cripple it if it's all you got. Sure. against, what's it called? Pataya Berry? No, just subbed up. Aromatherapy lost, no Ice Beam. So... I think that Celebi Leech Seeding will apply too much pressure. Yeah, this Bliss is gonna just get stalled. This will take a while, but I'm pretty sure Welcome Guest wins this. Oh, it's even a sub Aerodactyl, which is even worse for Bliss. Yeah, no way is that winnable. And creative stuff from bergenser. I like the way you think with some of this stuff, but some optimizations could go a long way for you. I definitely don't think that... I imagine this is like Expert Belt Parasect. I think Parasect is something that deals more damage through stab on neutral hits rather than super effective hits. So if that's an Expert Belt, I would advise against that and go leftovers. I would say the same for your other threats on your previous team. Nightshade is a bit more of a up in the air thing, but I do like Surf personally. Up to you though, I suppose. This team might be not benefit as much from aromatherapy. I think like another utility option on the Bliss could be better here. I like the way you think though. Not bad at all with the teams. Unfortunately not able to clutch it out against Welcome Guest, but well done nonetheless to both players. Up next we've got Old Advanced Jacket against Novice Hoenn Gaiden. You've seen these guys in the previous rounds. Here they are again. Facing off for all the marbles. We've got Chad Garfield against Delibird. Fire Blast going to do decent damage to Cloyster considering its resistance. We've got a Cloyster Mirror. This is like a Gen 2 OU moment, the Cloyster toxicing enemy Cloyster. Jellicent entering. Successfully spin blocks. Jelly gonna Will-O-Wisp the enemy Cloyster. Cloyster is now on a clock. Gonna spin, expecting a switch out. Novice Hoenn Gaiden, proving he's not a novice at all. He saw that coming a mile away. Stays in for the extra surf chip damage. But Old Dance Jacket gonna protect to rack up the toxic chip. This is a showdown of the ages. This music is matching the intensity of the game for sure. This is crazy stuff. Another Lapras. It's been a popular choice. It's good on a Hail team for sure. With its Hail immunity. An immediate freeze on Snorlax. Wow. Unfortunate. And Delibird can freely come in, not afraid of any Snorlax doing anything. Delibird gonna create some spikes. Lapras entering against Jellicent. Gonna take a burn. Could have a rest though. I think Lapras can get Heal Bell too, so that could be worth noting that a Heal Bell could be coming down. Old Dance Jacket definitely getting a bit lucky here with that Ice Beam crit doing huge damage to Cloyster. Cloyster gonna Rapid Spin on the way out though, which I would consider pretty advantageous. It's even gonna live the Mach Punch and Hydro Pump on its way out. Went out swinging for sure, spinning away a spike and dealing a considerable 40% chip to Crabominable. I'll consider that very positive. Grumpig from Old Dance Jacket. It has Overcoat in this gen. Intriguing, interesting, intriguing. Incineroar is kind of a threat. It's just click and crunch. Hard to switch into for Old Dance Jacket, actually. The combo of Dark and Fire, proving very powerful. And then Low Kick. Looks like it's a mixed threat. That probably destroys Blissey. Low Kick again. Does Delibird have a way to threaten this Incineroar? Yes, it does, but Incineroar shrugs off the Brick Break. Wow. I would like to say that Delibird should definitely run Expert Belt. It's immune to the hail it creates, plus its Delibird. Is it really getting any value at all out of Chip Heal? I would suggest Expert Belt. That would have helped you deal a bit more damage with Brick Break. If not Expert Belt, then Lumberry or something. I don't think Leftovers is good, though. You're immune to the hail you create. It's a bit like Tyranitar running Lumberry. Since it can afford to, it's not getting chipped by its own sand. This Lapras proving a formidable wall for Old Dance Jacket. In comes Incineroar once again, proving a formidable offensive threat. Old Dance Jacket says that Shitmon is pretty good against a shit team. There's a bit of nuance to that statement, isn't there? A compliment baked into an insult. A Wisp on Crabominable is going to be enormous. I'm surprised you didn't go to Lapras. Lapras would have been able to soak... I'm so confused. Why didn't you go to Lapras? You don't care at all about getting Will-O-Wisp. You shrug off a Surf. I mean, you invite in Incineroar maybe, but... You can sack your low Cloyster, worst case. This Crab is now gone. Could have been important against Snorlax and Incineroar there. This Jellicent is getting a lot of value. Just Will-O-Wisp that Jirachi. Snorlax might be useful even while sleeping. Tyranitar in and resetting the weather. But that's actually advantageous for Jirachi. Going to be big Chip Heal anyway. Not too impactful since it's already burned. Tyranitar able to roar out the Jirachi, quelled the threat. It's now burned and a spike is up. Novice, Hoenn Gaiden are bringing this back. It looked tough earlier, but... Old Dance Jacket is running out of steam. Snorlax gonna rest up. Thaw's out. It's able to function again, and now Old Dance Jacket is wishing he had his Crabominable still alive. Snorlax gonna shrug off these Ice Beams. Snorlax is an enormous threat for Old Dance Jacket. Snorlax waking up in a moment. Gonna Body Slam with a critical hit. Wow. Big damage there. And Incineroar threatening to finish off Lapras right there. Novice Hoenn Gaiden says MB, but your Snorlax was frozen for a long time. I think I would call that even. Is Cloy going to get one last laugh? I think a simple switch to Jellicent will stop anything that this Cloyster could potentially do to you. Novice Hoenn Gaiden does see that path. This Jirachi that is burned could maybe do something, but Tar is famously great against Jirachi. A full paralysis is not what you want to see. But it doesn't really matter. All that happened was he took 19%. Surely just going to click Fire Blast again. Crunch that time, yeah. More accurate, finishes it off. And this Lapras cannot solo 5 Pokemon. I'm going to just assume. Stranger things have happened, I guess. I got another freeze, what the? Got another freeze, but... You know what? He could solo the whole team. Oh, Snorlax thawed that time and rests up. Okay, should be alright then. Gets a Focus Punch off. Very nice. And probably gonna Focus Punch for the victory. Oh, Slip Talk Roar actually, wow. Okay, this is... I don't think that... no way does Old Dance Jacket win, but... Here we see a Focus Punch on the rest. And that's a victory. Bit of delaying of the inevitable in there. I guess Old Dance Jacket could have won in an insane scenario, but... Here we are, game 2. A Deoxys Speed against a Crabominable lead. Deoxys Speed gonna make not 2 but 3 spikes, proving effective as a spiker right here. Here comes Cloyster. Oh, goes for Brick Break rather than the 3rd spike, getting baited a little bit there. But 2 spikes is pretty good anyway. Ooh, Double Edge, interesting click. Dealing 26 to Blissey. That's okay, I guess. And in comes Doug. On the free turn that Bliss was recovering, it is... Oh wow, it's not even a bulky Doug. Definitely would have expected a bulky dog based on the decision, but maybe... You know what, Novice Hoenn Gaiden is happy to just chip the Blissey down and force it out with something else. It's probably way too low to actually function anymore. Lunge is an interesting click there. Do you nerf the Crabominable's attack? You probably get hit into your own berry range. This actually works out pretty nicely. I think Cleavor is going to get the berry? No. 25 and below, forgive me. Got mixed up with the numbers there. And now Lunge should KO with Swords Dance plus Swarm. I think this Cleavor is gonna go nuts. Oh, gets the Static Para. Damn, that's the same thing that happened to me. Can Old Dance Jacket bring this back now? That was with the lucky break he needed. Static Para from Electrode was a big player in our set. Novice Hoenn Gaiden are also running Volbeat, a fellow Volbeat believer. Just gonna double edge for... That's double edge Galvanize. You know what? I didn't even process that before. That was probably what that other guy was doing. Forgive me, I forgot about Galvanize making double edge into an electric type attack. In comes Delibird. Aerodactyl comes in on a Brick Break though. Has JimCool had a metagame impact? We've seen a lot of Delibird with Brick Break. I think JimCool has changed everything with his innovations. And Blissey will be able to heal. Old Dance Jacket, by the skin of his teeth, gonna bring this one back. With the crucial Electrode Static Paralysis. Helping out a great deal. Plusle just slowly digging his own grave. Goodbye, Plusle. Did I view this out of order again? I may have. Dunsparce and Wheezing leads. That was interesting. Dunsparce made a spike and Old Dance Jacket switched out to Celebi. Cryogonal. I've never seen that thing's back sprite in Hoenn Gaiden. That is an absolute block of ice. Look at that thing. Gonna spin. Another Lapras. Lapras has been popular, and it's honestly, it's really good. It's got great defensive typing. Alongside like a bulky water or a Celebi, it can wall a lot. Can't take a rock slide very well though, especially with the flinch chance in there. There's another flinch chance here, but Lapras successfully recovers. We've got Barry Lyndon, the Wheezing. Silvally went for another rock slide flinch. Dunsparce has been pretty good too. It's a good spiker. It's going to T-bolt in the face of this Skarmory. Parasect has been allowed in. I don't believe he's slept anything yet, so... Could click Spore. Didn't click Spore, interestingly. Nothing's asleep on the enemy team. Just wants to get Cryo in for a spin. Slowly dying to Toxic, though. I think he should have clicked Spore. You would have put this Skarm to sleep, and then you could have gone Cryo and spun. You at least cripple the damn Skarm. It was a very fortunate raw outcome that's now become null and void. Parasect entering. Not long for this world now. You see the Spore now? Are you not running Spore? You are faster. You're not running Spore on Parasect? You gotta run that's the whole reason to run Parasect. Unless, is something asleep? Nothing's asleep. One moment. Just in case I'm like... Yeah, Parasect never used Spore this game. Okay. Just double checking, because that was a bit eyebrow raising. I feel like the whole reason Parasect is any good is because of Spore. But maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. T-Tar in a good position to para-flinch. Does get a flinch. This Wheezing could be faster than Tar. We're not sure. Goes Dunsparce and the Will-O-Wisp. Good play. Lapras gonna hit Dunsparce with a super effective Ice Beam. All Dunsparce can do is a measly 4.8% with Thunderbolt. Wow. Lapras has been proving very difficult to break through for many people. This Dunsparce is forced to do less than dirt. Just slacking off to no avail. And there's a freeze. Another freeze from Old Dance Jacket. Novice Hoenn Gaiden with a bit of a break there with a rock slide, flinch. I think this is pretty over if Claydol spins. That's really huge. Oh, but Cryo can spin too for a bit of a reset. I think the spin is more beneficial for Old Dance Jacket though, with the incredible defensive core that does not enjoy spikes. They're now a lot harder to deal with for Novice. Get the frozen Jirachi and try to thaw out. That was definitely an unfortunate freeze. The Jirachi actually could be a win condition. Look at the team. Pretty weak to like... Oh. As I said, Jirachi waking up from its cryogenic sleep. But what if Old Dance Jacket has Roar? If I'm Novice Hoenn Gaiden, I gotta be very scared of Roar. Parasect could come in on a... Oh. I almost expected a freeze. He's been freezing constantly, but not that time. Oh, man. Not like this. Is he gonna get it? He actually got it. Oh, jeez. He thought instantly, though. But Lapras walls this if his only other attack is Ice Punch. It's Psychic. Ooh, this is a problem. Old Dance Jacket said unlucky, Thor chance. This Jirachi might have problems breaking through this Celebi though if its only attacks a Psychic T-Bolt. And that is the case. Although how the hell do you kill this thing, you know? A bit of skip ahead time. Claydol also kind of walls. So one of the problems with this particular Jirachi set is that Claydol walls it. Yep, able to deal a good amount of damage. I wonder why he didn't go to Claydol earlier, actually. And, yeah, actually forces out the Jirachi, so... Old Dance Jacket back in the game. He's got the Suicune still. Could make something happen with that. Well, loses his Celebi in one hit. My god. Guess he wanted to just get Suicune in safely for what I assume is a rest turn. Calm Mind. Does it have rest? Not revealed. Yeah, despite Old Dance Jacket getting away with a bit of murder there, I think that Novice Hoenn Gaiden has got this. Let's skip ahead a little bit. I mean, he can Toxic Stall this Dunsparce. I think it's regular poison, not toxic. From Wheezing Sludge Bomb. Yep, that is correct. And he's gonna die. Is this a victory for Old Dan's Jacket? This Tyranitar can HP bug, but... Oh. Shouldn't you have saved that? I guess... You needed the lunge or something. Oh, jeez. It's over. I think Novice Hoenn Gaiden should not have done that. Should not have sacked his Parasect like that. I think you sack the Tar. The Tar's useless. You get Parasect in, you can at least force this thing out. And I'm so confused by the fact that Parasect seemingly did not have Spore. Really, like, what reason is there not to run Spore? Anyway, perhaps someone can enlighten me, or maybe there was a more advanced reason to not click Spore in this game that I'm not aware of. Forgive me if I've made an error in my judgment there. Anyway, that was the round 3 replays. Thanks for watching. Sorry, I've been a bit tired, so I'm like slurring my speech a little bit or something. I don't know. Forgive that, but that's okay. Hopefully this was acceptable commentary anyway. And thank you for keeping up to date, if you got this far, keeping up to date with the Hoenn Gaiden tournament. It's been cool seeing the metagame develop as the tourney goes along. We've seen the rise of Delibird, the rise of Lapras, Silvally proving to maintain its effectiveness as it's got great options in its move pool. Swords Dance Explosion is really good. It's like a Mew in Gen 3 Ubers. You can take out Skarmory. Really cool stuff, folks. Well done to the players. Nice teams, guys. Keep it up. Even the people who were just using OU teams are now... I think Voyager was using just like normal OU teams, but this time they brought some Hoenn Gaiden exclusives for fun. Love to see it. Thanks for watching, everyone. And I'll catch you next round.